Background.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're ready. I'm gonna bring a bow today. Boom.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
have brought
we
it
got
up.
fresh
That's what I mean by
turkeys.
pops. Like, we should
Yeah,
have had
yeah.
21 turkeys lined up right here.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Wouldn't that be cool? Little stuffed turkeys.
I forgot to tell you, bro. We got you a turkey costume to wear next week.
Oh, nice.
We did.
The turkey costume. This guy? No. Not happening. If you had a black Nike outfit, yeah, turkey costume. Not this guy. You got the wrong guy. Did you hit live? Yeah. Episode 47. If you want to wear a turkey costume, contact Ty. He'll hook you up. But listen, welcome. This is episode 47 Behind the Tool Belt. We appreciate everyone. Listen, we were here in the beginning when this pandemic started and COVID started, and we're here now. And we're going to keep the pedal down. We're going to be a beacon every Wednesday at 7 o'clock where you can come. And we appreciate it. It wouldn't be here if it wasn't the community with people. You know, we have been in a social atmosphere for a long time. So the more times you share, you allow people to see we're all going through the same thing. We want to help people in the community. I know our business, my wife and I, and TC Backer and Horizon is very sharing in the community. So giving, like we like to give in the community because we come from, rough roads like everyone else. So, the reason I'm bringing that up is the community turkey, 21 turkey salute to break the world record is a human experience. It's not a homeless experience. Right? So don't get that twisted. Sometimes you'll hear people say, come out and it's not feed the homeless, it's feed the humans. So, we're eating there. It's going to be beautiful, fresh food. And we're going to get a list at the end of everyone that chipped in, right?
Yes.
So we'll, because I'm sure I'll miss some people, but I do want to thank URL Insurance, the Clemens family. Thanks, Ken, Steve, the whole team up there. Superior Meats, George, Brian, the whole team up there. Union Church, the Movement, TC Backer, Horizon Lawns, the Gary Group, all of our families that support us. This show, Behind the Tool Belt production, Chris Baker, Ty, Vic, me, we've been riding this road for a long time. And, so we appreciate any feedback also you have. So if you think there's something we should add or take away from the show, we want to make sure that we bring quality entertainment with good information, amazing, community outreach. And if you're a company or a non-for-profit organization or church, and you have something you want to talk about, then message Chris Baker right on Facebook. Yes. Like he got that down, and he'll figure it out. I mean, we're weeks and weeks down, but at least make that contact if you feel like you have something effective. Because we want to make sure that we're using this not just for selfish reasons, right? Because that's not the purpose of this. This is to let everyone be a part of it. That's what community is about. So when you share it, that's virtual support. Maybe you don't need a window tomorrow. Maybe you don't need a door. But hitting the share button, that helps the algorithms. Hitting the love. Taking a second and putting your town in the comments. Starting a watch party if you can. All that stuff matters. So, welcome. We got David Bruno in the house tonight, too. Chris will introduce him.
Yeah.
David's a good friend of mine. And so, anyway, good to see you guys all tonight. 47.
Yeah, episode 47.
Wow.
Time flies, man.
Right? That doesn't even count the home shows.
No, we're 5 episodes away from an entire year, man.
So, we're going to have the cheesesteak truck here, too. Boom, no fries. Remember at the home show?
Shane's wearing the turkey
The
costume.
turkey costume. Yeah.
Glenn posted in there.
If it says Nike on it,
Yeah, we know Glenn
if it says TC Backer or Nike on it,
Yeah. He'll
no,
be serving cranberries in his turkey costume.
we got
Tyler, yes, this is a new hoodie here, buddy.
looks
New
good.
hoodie.
Yeah.
Looks amazing.
Shout out to
Nice.
Chris Markey to the T.
Yeah.
Always hooking us up, man.
Yes,
Brought us some fire gear for tonight.
he did.
I believe this is what we're going to be having at.
Yeah. So
At the turkey
we
truck, or the
had
turkey
some made. Chris Markey from To the T Outfitters had made us actually some gaiters, some face masks, aprons for all of those who are serving food and participating in the 21 Turkey Salute. We will be handing out hoodies to probably I would say the first 50 to 70 people. Unfortunately, with the donation, the amount of donations that were received, I got as much stuff as we could. Shane had mentioned earlier, asked me if there was anything else that we needed. The overwhelming amount of donations that we received from this thing. Like I said, it was overwhelming. So we have just about everything that we need. There might be a few little odds and ends, like some propane tanks and stuff like that.
Volunteers?
Yeah, volunteers for sure. But the one thing that we're definitely going to need help with is people who have experience with deep frying turkeys. That we're still going to need a few people that have experience, and I'm thinking Monday afternoon at some point in time we're going to do like a dry run of the 21 turkeys, because like somebody said earlier that we're shooting for the Guinness Book of World Records. So I kind of want this to go off without a hitch. So I figured if we deep fry one turkey, everyone can kind of watch me how we dip it, and then they can have like their vat full of water and maybe get like a brick so they can kind of feel like the 16 pounds and kind of watch me dip it in, and then we can enjoy turkey dinner Monday evening. So whoever wants to get involved with that, be here. I would say probably Monday around 3 o'clock to demonstrate and kind of do a dry run before Wednesday. We're serving food from 3 to 6 at 24 South Penn Street in York, Pennsylvania. That's pretty much on the corner of West Market Street and Penn Street, right there at Penn Market. We're going to serve food at 3 o'clock. We're going to drop the turkeys probably right at 1:15. That way it's going to take about, approximately 70 minutes, 4 minutes per pound to do the turkeys. And that should give us about 15, 20 to 30 minutes to kind of get the turkey ready, peel the turkey back, get it cut ready and ready to serve by 3 o'clock. So
Yeah, good stuff.
yeah,
Good stuff, man.
yeah, it's a lot. There's been a lot. There's a lot going behind the scenes that
Yeah.
the volunteers and everybody Chris knows, Vic knows.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of time, energy, trying to find everything that we need. 21 pots, 21 burners, 21 propane tanks. And we're going to have more than that there. We're doing more than 21 turkeys. We're going to do about 5 to 10 more turkeys after the initial 21 turkeys, because the last thing we all want to not do is run out of food.
Yeah.
I would prefer to give trays of food away at the end of this than have someone come up and say that we didn't have enough food.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amen.
And just to kind of touch on that, man, I want to shout out to all the people that watch the show. Whether you know us or you don't know us, the support has been overwhelming. I get random Facebook messages from people I don't even know just wanting to support us, wanting to come out and volunteer. What can they donate? How can they help? The overwhelming support is awesome. So I'm really excited about it,
Yeah,
man.
man.
It's going to be a really good turnout. It's going to be an awesome thing to do for the community, and I know that we're going to feed and help a lot of people
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
with it. So it's really exciting. Lots of good stuff. Lots of good stuff. It's going to be tough to top it.
It is. We'll have to just do 22 next year.
Yeah, we'll have to do 22 next year. Man.
Yeah, but still an event people can count on, right?
Right.
Because there's more than one event in the city, and I told people there's over 200,000, I think, in York County. So anybody in York County can come into the city. You might work in the city, come down.
Absolutely.
It's a human meal, man. It's not a homeless meal.
This is to bring the community together, to show some love. With all the craziness that's going on in the world right now, why not just come down, eat a bunch of turkey, go home and feel sedated?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
filled with joy.
And that's good stuff too. I mean, I'm excited every time I watch your guys' show here and talk to you guys. Just hearing how this is coming along every week and how we got more support and more people coming on to help out and do
absolutely,
donations
man.
and stuff. I mean, that's good stuff. So
Yeah, I'm totally excited.
can't believe it's next week already.
I know. I know. It's kind of nerve wracking, but exciting at the same time, because it's a good bit. It's been a part-time job for us, to organize this thing and collect all the things. Like, there's a lot that's going into this. Like, we thought, like, oh my God, we're going to need a generator. Who would have thought we'd need a generator?
Right.
You know what I mean? Oh my gosh, we're going to need a way to keep the food warm. We're deep frying 21 turkeys at one time, simultaneously.
One is a lot.
Okay,
Just one is a lot.
We've done 12. We have a Christmas party.
And
that
that's
me
a
Vic-
lot. That's a lot to handle,
Right,
yeah.
we've done 12.
Wow.
But not at the same time. I've done 3 to 5 at one time, but 21's a lot to like I'm imagining a countdown. 3, 2, 1.
Yeah.
And then who knows what's going to happen? You know what I mean? It could be fireworks on South
man.
Penn
Yeah,
Street.
man.
For
It's gonna be
all I
good.
know. Fire extinguishers. We're like, we're going to social distance the turkey pots. You know what I mean? There's all these things that go through it. David KX, who's our top fan, he's actually works for Allied Maintenance, which is like a cleaning company that comes in and disinfects your businesses and facilities and stuff like that. Well, he's gonna head up our like sanitation department. You know what I
Wow,
mean?
nice,
Like anytime
David.
anyone gets up from the table,
Allied
he's gonna make sure the
Maintenance.
tables
Nice.
are sanitized. We got rubber gloves. We got the face mask. Grace's Generos from To the T Outfitters
Yeah.
was so
Nice.
gracious to give us our. I'm getting all tongue tied here, but
Yeah.
there's just so much going
Yeah.
on. You know, it's
Definitely.
almost overwhelming, but in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because if you think about like, you know, there's a lot of people out there that are going through stuff, you know, and when you can remove yourself from you and hold your hand out for someone else, whatever problems you have going on in your life are nothing
Yeah, amen.
compared to someone that's in need. Do you,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
no matter the turmoil that I think that I'm going through, 99% of it's self-inflicted pain, mind you. But you know, is nothing compared to some of the things that are going on because, and I'm sure you can relate to this. Like we've been in like this bubble. We've been fortunate enough to be in like this economic bubble. And sometimes it's kind of hard to see through that bubble and realize that the hospitality industry is in the tank. Hotels, restaurants, golf courses, you know, on and on and on. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
for
know,
sure, man.
and
For sure.
people that are working from home, kids are doing schooling from home. You know what I mean? And the stress that's on people, you know, just the stress of this whole thing. I mean, we've talked about this. Like, I'm done with being done with it. Do you know what I mean? And,
Yeah.
and just to have a night before Thanksgiving, because no one's got to work on Thursday. Do you know what I mean? So we don't have the stress that we got to be home at any time. To just watch and see if we can't blow up the city block with 21 turkeys because they're still frozen when they hit the deep fryer oil. You know what I'm saying?
Mendez brought up a good point though. We will have some firefighters on scene too, so that's always a good
Nine
point.
house would be good.
Well,
But
you
anyway,
guys can be set though. That's
You want to do some shout outs?
yeah, but let's do some shout outs, but let's not forget our guest.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
You guys
know,
have had that good stuff. I'm just glad to be here with you guys.
Hey, I don't want to forget about my guest here, and thank you for coming on the show.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Clark Spencer, Redwood, Brittany Butler, what's going on, guys? That's just shouting out people on my watch party here. Kim Smith, Alan
you can say
Tyson,
hi to anyone
David
you
Barker, Daniel Barker, Gio Molina, David KX, Jana, what's going on? Chris Mendez, Tyler Richards, Mackenzie Miller, Tessa, Hope Day, Jamie Cahoe,
Yep.
Diane Brooks, Wayne Scott, what's going on, Wayne? Shout out to you too, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thomas Cordell. See lots of familiar faces in here. Glenn Orr. I know Glenn's gonna wear that turkey costume
Glenn
too.
Owl. Yeah,
He's
Glenn.
not-
Glenn.
he's
Glenn,
not scared.
Glenn's one that's familiar with props.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he's
not
not
scared at all.
Yeah, good thinking.
Chris Markey from
Get
To the
it.
T's in the house. What's up, man? I like this hoodie, man. It's very comfortable.
Yeah, Jana, good to see you, honey. Thanks for watching. Thank you for always having the house in order for me when I get home. Thank you very much. And the kids, thank you. We all thank you. I was talking about Jana today to Chris Markey. He asked me if Jana still worked. And I was like, yes and no. Like she doesn't work for the business anymore. She takes care of the family, which now she works harder than she did when she worked 40, 50
Right.
hours a week at TC Backer Construction, because now we got 3 grandkids. We have a 12-year-old at home. Mackenzie and Chris just had a baby, which would be our 3rd grandchild. So she's taking care of all of us. You know what I mean, nonstop, and that's something that I know that I'm guilty of, that I take for granted sometimes to come home. My clothes are washed, the bed's made, the dogs are taken care of, they've been to the vet, they were at the groomers, all these things, and I come home and everything just looks picture perfect, but I don't realize the 10 hours that she just put in.
Yeah.
Because I'm gone for 10 hours, and I know she's nonstop too. But anyhow, honey, I just wanted to give you a shout out, and I know I don't do that enough. But yeah, did we catch everybody? Tom
Kevin
Cordell?
Smith just popped in here. He's an employee for Ryan Holmes that we do some work for.
Yeah.
What's going on, man? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in to the show. But yeah, so we got David Bruno here from Local IQ.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, man.
Man, I'm just relatively new to the York community. I've been here for a couple of years now. Jumped on board with Local IQ, just to kind of give you a little background there before I go into how I got into it. It's the marketing arm for the USA Today Network. I think people recognize us because of our newspaper properties. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of you got the York Daily Record here, where I work out of. We got Chambersburg Public Opinion, Hanover Evening Sun, and out in Lebanon Daily News as well. And we've got 260 newspapers across the country. That's the way people really recognize us. But obviously, we realize where people are still trusting in newspaper. People still need to get information, and we've got a lot of Pulitzer Prize winning editorial journalists on hand that are writing up stories and keeping the readership engaged on a day-to-day basis so that we can support our advertisers who are in there. And that's a big thing. So we've got the advertisers who continue to utilize the paper and see the value in it, and so we need to make sure that the content that's going in there is doing well enough to support that, and so that's what we've got. So we've got some great staff on hand, and the content we're putting in there on a day-to-day basis is top notch, and we're just doing our best to keep the readership engaged so that the advertisers deserve.
Have you guys run into any kind of issues with that entire thing, with the technology that's coming out, and are people still going to the store and buying the actual paper, or do you notice a lot more trend where people are reading online? And like, how do you guys know how many people are watching online or looking at articles online?
Oh, we track all that stuff. We got folks behind the scenes who are just crunching all those numbers, and so I have access to all that. So a lot of my clients ask me, they say, what's the readership looking like on these days, and what's it been like over the course trending over the past number of months or whatnot. So we have access to all that data. But we recognize that it's that people are going online more. So whereas people recognize who we are a lot of times through our newspaper properties, we do a lot of digital media as well, and we realize that's where things are going. So our newspaper.com sites are really big for us, and we're getting a lot of readership there, and we're just kind of really doing. We reach 1 in 2 Americans on a daily basis. Wow. So we got about 50% of the population who is checking on whether it's online or looking at our newspapers.
Right.
So that's huge.
So we're providing some value to our advertisers through that. So it's good.
So York Daily Record, that's your newspaper?
Correct.
Are you guys fixing York then, right?
we're helping out, yeah.
No, aren't you that page Fixing York? Isn't York Daily Record that page?
That's us.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a social media presence there, right?
We absolutely do.
Okay.
We absolutely do.
Is it called Fixing York?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a group on Facebook.
I thought Mark Walters started that.
And one of the things that I do as well, I mean, we partner up with the York County Economic Alliance.
Nice.
And so that's one of the ways we stay in touch with the community is we kind of get out there and do a lot of the ribbon cuttings. I know that I try and get out there every time new businesses come into town, and they do these ribbon cuttings, and they try and get some exposure. I try to make sure I get out there and welcome to the community. And
that's awesome, man.
And it's also great, like I mentioned, since I've been here for just a couple of years now. I spend most of my time in Harrisburg, but I've gotten, I'm really starting to kind of get involved with the York community, and I think it's great the way the businesses are coming here. The things that I've seen going on in the area here, it's just awesome.
Right. Yeah, there's a lot of good people behind the scenes in York City, man, and York County in general.
Absolutely, and seeing guys like Shane out there out and about running around too at some of these events. I mean, I don't think I can go anywhere without seeing Shane out there. I mean, and you guys are visible all over the place. You guys are trying to establish your presence. That's awesome stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So I appreciate you guys letting me come on here. And
man, we appreciate you reaching out and wanting to come on.
Oh, absolutely.
For
I
sure.
mean, there's it's one thing to say that you want to come on, but it's another thing to show that you want to come on, and you definitely showed that you wanted to come on the show and that you were interested in it. We've seen you watching plenty of shows. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether you're here or you're not here, we see you on there watching. So it's awesome, man. It's awesome to have people support you.
Yeah, even our little stupid things we might post through the week, or even on our personal pages, you comment or you like or you love or thumbs it up or cares and all that stuff. I think that's what attracted me to you the most is that you were engaged with what we were doing, like you were up to speed on what we were doing, like you were interested. You know what I mean? It's because of you, and I'm going to mention Diane Brooks because I haven't personally met her yet, but I'm assuming I met her through social media because of you.
Yeah, she and I partner up on some projects. I mean, she does some marketing products as well. She does a lot of promotional products.
Right.
So she's got quite a following in Lancaster, and she's trying to establish herself in York as well.
Yeah, but when you say establish, just like what they did and everyone did, there's there's really one way that you're establishing it, and that's being present on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
'Cause you're
right.
everywhere, you post it, you let people know about your grandma, about the events, so people get to know you personally. You're not just putting what USA Today does.
Right.
Just like they don't. They that's what I love about
Yeah.
Ty and,
Yeah.
and this and Chris and everyone in this. They're authentic. What they do is what they do. They live that.
Yeah.
And you live it.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I find interesting about you guys as well too, because as I find the way things that work best on social media, it's not all about just plugging what you do day in and day out.
Yeah.
It's just being real and letting people see who you are from day to
Yeah.
day as well.
Yeah.
So you'll find me on there. I mean, I do a lot of business posts. I obviously share things that we're doing and some things that can add value to the clients I'm working with. But then every now and then I'll also do a video when I'm on vacation. You know,
Yeah.
I chime in there for just do like a minute and a half. And
Yeah.
let
Yeah.
people know where I am and some of the
Yeah.
things I'm doing.
Right.
Just
Yeah, people
Just staying
appreciate
out
the
there.
raw
Yeah.
realness, man. People
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
one of the biggest things on television is reality TV and
Yeah.
you know, live TV. People like live events. They like the unscripted, unedited, just stuff, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you know, when you add the human element to things, it definitely makes things a lot better for sure.
and it keeps it fun too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
And
sure.
it keeps it fun.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is.
Diane Brooks, we definitely got to get you on. I like the idea of a
Yeah.
female guest.
That's what
So-
I was leading up to that. I was insinuating that because, and the other thing too, why I had mentioned Diane again, because she randomly, I think it was actually last Wednesday afternoon, she sent me a message through Facebook, and it was this long, just 3 pages full of just encouragement. Okay, and like again, you know, and I was talking to Chris Markey about this today. Running and managing a roofing business isn't glamorous. There's nothing glamorous about it. There's nothing easy about it. And we were talking about like facades. And if I had a facade that I put up was how sexy we make roofing look. Okay, like this is to me, we're making roofing sexy, but behind the scenes, dude, I get the guts kicked out of me all day long. Do you know what I mean? It's not as glamorous, and if it was easy, everybody'd be doing it. Believe
Amen.
me.
Yeah.
I've seen them come and I've seen them go.
Yeah.
You know, and it's that courage and to get up every morning and to deal with the grind. And when we talk about grind, it's real grind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're dealing with weather. You know, when it rains, we lose. If it rains 2 days, we lose 2 weeks. We have upset customers. Like to try to keep everybody happy, and then COVID, shortage of materials. Okay, dude, I'm calling 4 different states just to fill orders. You know, to get stuff shipped in, and not just me, but the rest of our team. You know,
Right.
we have everybody. You know, Chuck's trying to find siding, and Bob's trying to find shingles, and we're trying to get windows. We're buying windows now, I think, from like our 5th distributor that didn't get closed down in a matter of months. You know what I mean? So it's not all. And anyhow, the point is that Diane like sent me this 3-page thing where it was like, you know what? Everything because of what she said is what made it so worth it. You know what I mean? That encouragement she gave me. And then today, she posted on last week's video about, you know, Bruno's coming on tonight, and she said some more encouraging words. And it was
Yeah.
like, thank you.
That's awesome.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I've never met this lady face to face, and what she's met us through social media.
Amen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? And she
Yeah.
probably feels like she knows me. And I feel like I know her too, but I never
Absolutely.
even met her.
Yeah.
I saw her picture, her profile picture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
she's on Facebook too, and I felt like I knew you too.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I never met you, but other than your videos and little things that you do, and it's real and it's raw, and really what you see is what you get. I'm a knucklehead.
That's what I mean. I see
Okay.
you guys on here every week, and I,
make
feel like I know
I
about
make
you guys.
mistakes, and I've been so fortunate not to drop the F-bomb. Okay, during one of these episodes. Now, Vic purposely has a 10-second lapse in time, so in case I totally lose my stuff, he'll have time to edit it. No, I wish we were that good.
No, we didn't get there yet.
Yeah,
man.
but we're working on it. Though. They are worried about me. They do worry about me. They were trying to get myself they're trying to get me a life vest. Is what they're trying. But anyhow,
You're pretty good.
I keep pulling away from you. You know. So how did you get where you're at today? Like, what did you do pre this, and then how did you get into what you do?
Man, I've just been doing sales ever since college.
Okay.
Ever since college. So I started out doing packaging, and I did corrugated boxes.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I did that. I did telecommunications, and then I did Yellow Pages. went back into packaging for a while, and then now I'm doing this.
Okay.
And I got back into this because my sales manager and regional director, Mike Weiniger, awesome guy. You know, he kind of got me back into business, and it's been a great run since. I'm really enjoying it. We got a good team there, kind of like the team you folks have here, and the way you support the people you work with. We've got a nice little team here in York as well. We've got a great team.
Cool.
I have Mike and my other colleagues, so we're out there. We've got a good support team to
That makes
support
a
pretty much
difference.
anything I'm doing.
That
That makes a lot of difference.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, bless.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah.
It's much easier when you know that you got a good team behind you, next to you. It makes things a lot better. Makes things a lot easier when you know that you have people you can rely on. You know what I mean? We call our thing the circle of safety. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as there's no breaks in the link in the circle of safety, everyone can do their job, because you know that, you know, as long as you do your job, I can do my job, and
Nice.
you just trust in everyone. You
Yeah.
know, and if someone's falling behind in that circle of safety, everyone else in the circle helps them and picks them up to maintain that link. You know what I mean? As
Yes.
long as everything's linked together, we're good and strong.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody's like an island out there, and that's the nice thing.
Yeah.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yeah. We have people struggle. You know what I mean? There's certain areas of the company that struggle at times, but we rally together. You know, we have a weekly. We have 2 or 3 meetings weekly in different branches of the company. We have what we call our big meeting. We call it the business meeting that we hold on Tuesdays, and that's where all of our principals are together. Our CFOs in the room, Chris is our head sales guys in the room, Vic, our head estimators in the room, like all the big cheeses, if you want to call us. I'm going to call us that. I'm going to pump us up a little bit.
There we go.
All of us knuckleheads are all sitting in one room together. Okay, if you guys really knew how much riffraff we were, you probably wouldn't want us working on your house for real. I'm just kidding. But we have a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's the
Yes.
fellowship and the camaraderie and the culture that we have. Do we have bad days? Yes. Like I said, roofing is not glamorous. At the end of the day, we've dealt with wind today. We dealt with it yesterday, Thursday and Friday. There was rain. We had unhappy customers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People don't get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It takes a lot of finessing. It takes a lot of creative conversations. It takes a lot of energy to produce the volume that we do 80 roofs a week. That's not even counting the siding that we do. That's not even counting the 6,000 windows a year that we do. That's not even counting the miles of gutters that we install on a weekly
man.
basis. And it goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
You
a
know
lot.
what I mean?
It's a lot.
But I keep
Constant moving
talking
parts,
about
though.
myself. Usually I hardly ever talk about myself. So Bruno, my man.
But that's good
Bruno,
stuff, though.
My man.
But I mean, like I said, you know, when you say you do all that, I mean, people, you set these time frames and these timetables in front of people,
Right.
and they want to hold you to that with no exceptions. They're not taking into account, hey, it might be snowing or it might be raining or you get a thunderstorm or
Yeah.
wind that keeps you from
Right.
from
Right.
from putting a full
Lack
day
of
in.
materials right now.
Yeah,
it's
I would
huge.
imagine that's probably the
the
biggest.
price increase in everything. The trucking, they can't ship it quick enough.
Right.
A plant gets closed down for whatever reason for 2 weeks, or you know what I mean. It's all this. It's been a struggle. I
Yeah,
mean,
for
it
sure.
has been a struggle. Not as far as like sustaining business. It's just been a struggle trying to keep everybody happy.
Yeah, maintaining a schedule. Maintaining
Yes.
the schedule is probably the hardest part in the industry right now.
Yeah.
And I know that anyone that gets their materials places, you know, anyone in the building industry or anything like that, I know that they can second it.
We do it though.
They
I
feel
mean,
our pain.
we do it. Our
We do.
volume hasn't slowed down at all. I mean, but if they would see what had to happen behind the scenes, you know, they would be like, whoa. You know what I mean? Like we should have like a camera follow us around on a day-to-day basis. You know what I
I don't
mean?
know about that.
Like we should have one of those reality TV shows at TC Backer, at home with TC Backer. You know what I mean? And just one night each week, they could go home with Vic one night.
man.
You know what I mean? And see,
They don't want to do that.
you know, and then, you know, during the day they would be at the shop, or they would get in the truck with me and listen to the conversations that I gotta have and the miracles that we gotta. I call it pulling a magic wand out of my ass every day. That's what we do. We perform miracles, bro.
He's like, I'm on it.
You know, we perform miracles on a daily basis, which I'm sure you do, because we care about what we do.
Yeah.
We're our own worst critics.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's how we've just, and that's what, as we are successful as we are, is because as neurotic as we are. Do you
Right.
know what I mean? Like we actually really care. Do you know what I mean? It's not even about the money at the end of the day. It's about enjoying what we do, watching someone, eyes light up when we put a new roof on their house in one day, and they're like, "Oh my God, we left for work. You guys showed up. We came home from work, and our roof was done." Do you know what I mean? And we're on to the next one. That's the joy that I get out of it. You know what I mean? Being able to go through almost any neighborhood in York County and say, we put that roof on, we put that roof on, we put that roof on, we put that roof on. Go down the 83 corridor, there's not many roofs on each side of the road that we didn't put on. Either if it was 25 years ago or 25 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, me 25 years ago. You know what I
And
mean? And
that's
now
right.
we're re-roofing them today. What's that say?
And that's a good feel for you. To know
What did that
uh,
just gave me goosebumps? Woo!
to know that you're that
Like
recognized. in
for
the area.
real, like that just gave me goosebumps, man. You know, seriously.
You did the Ric Flair there.
Right,
For a
I love Ric Flair, man. That was my favorite
yeah,
drink when
man,
I drank,
at the
man.
end of
Red
the
Bull and
day-
orange Stolies, man. That's my shit.
People are understanding. People want the phone. They want someone to answer the phone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
Communication, man.
It's not like someone could go somewhere and say, "I'm getting it tomorrow." So
Right.
knowing that it's equal, then the unequal part is the service you provide through the storm, right? And that's where you all have the passion. That's what we love, about you and the whole team. Is the phone's going to get answered, the tough conversation's going to be had. At the end of the day, you defeat people. You deflate their balloon when you answer the phone, and that's what y'all do. You know what I mean? So that's what successful people do. They show up, and that's what y'all do. You show up day in and day out. So. That's what we love about
For
it.
sure. So what's going on, Bruno? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well,
buddy. I
like
keep
I
cutting
said,
you off.
what cracks me up about this is the reason I have so much fun doing this is one of the first things I was like I'm like, you guys have a big personalities here. And I can see, especially Shane here too. I mean, Shane's got some, I was like probably the shyest guy around. And that's what originally got me into sales and just doing this stuff. Cause I figured I couldn't be like that in sales and being in front of people. So it has definitely helped me out over the course of the past couple of years. And I just enjoy it more and more all the time.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
know?
for sure.
And then through this advertising capacity, I mean, heck, I work with schools, I work with, law firms, financial institutions, banks and credit unions. And then my biggest focus though is like on home services and home improvement. And the reason being,
I was hoping you weren't going to say roofing contractors because I wanted to be the exclusive roofing contractor. So what? I don't want to know who, but
no, but
what?
the reason being is because the home improvement businesses, they rely a lot on leads and in-home consultations and conversions of those leads to sales. So a lot of the products and services that we have are really contribute to that in a big way for home improvement. So that's one of the big things that I like about it.
Yeah,
and that's one of the.
What drives you? Like what motivates you to get up and do what you do every day? Because I know, your day-to-day stuff is probably different every day. I mean, you don't get up and do the same thing every day.
Right.
So what motivates you to get out of bed and do your thing every day? Do you got family? Do you got, is it money or?
It's a combination of all that. I mean, I just like helping people, and I just like getting up and talking to people every day, hearing what people's challenges are, and what some of their struggles are, and whatever I can do from either a personal or a business perspective to help them out. I mean, that kind of keeps me going and motivates me during the day.
Yeah, awesome.
And then supporting the people that I'm working with, supporting the people that I'm talking to. That's kind of what keeps me moving.
Right.
And I spend all my time doing it. I mean, even if I'm out and about at dinners or in the store, I mean, I'm always constantly looking for people to talk to.
Yeah.
I never shut it off anymore. So
Yeah.
it feels like I just kind of live what I do.
Yeah, that's
what
awesome.
we do.
But it's
That's
fun.
awesome.
But it's fun.
Right.
And I will say, over the course of years, it's been a little bit of a challenge trying to find that particular spot. But I think where I am now, it's a great. I like what I'm doing. I'm having a lot of fun doing it.
Good.
That's a good feeling,
Yes.
man. You spend a lot of time in your life working. Who wants to get up and do every day the same thing that they hate doing?
right.
That's no way to live your life.
No.
You know?
Gotta like what you're doing and have fun with
Right.
it.
Yeah, you'll never work a day in your life, right?
That's right. Like you were saying earlier. I mean, you have those challenging days. I mean, you got those days where you feel like you're getting beat up and
Yeah.
knocked around a little bit, but
Yeah,
heck, you just kind of rebound and just keep on moving. And
of course.
Yeah, that
Just
makes the
trying-
good days feel even better.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
When you got them bad days, it makes you enjoy the good days even more.
Absolutely.
So,
Yes.
that's awesome, man. I definitely, I see you all over the place on social media. Ever since you started popping in our show, you know, I don't know if it's just the algorithms or what it is, but now it's like every time I open my Facebook, I see either something that you commented on or something that you shared. Or so you definitely have a good presence on social media, and in today's world especially, that's huge.
It is.
It's huge to have that social media presence.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I have focused on trying to build a little personal brand, you know, and I watch Shane too, and the way you've got your brand going and all that kind of stuff. So I'm trying to. It's a work in progress, but I keep doing it, and I see you guys doing it as well, and that's good stuff. I mean, that's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what this show is about. All of us growing together, man. Being authentic, putting ourselves out there, man. We're ragtag. Like I tell people, man. Like if you look in Two Fish Fed in Village, that's me, right? Like I'm a stinky fish. There's no reason I should be here other than the people that God put me with. Really, I don't have the smarts to be here, you know, but I have the work ethic.
Yeah.
I show up, and that's what everyone here does.
Yeah.
Is they show up. Cold, rain, wind, calls with the wind, right? So you show up, man. You're in a business where you deal with three things that everyone runs from: loneliness, fear of the unknown, and rejection.
Yeah.
You know, and you eat it like a lion.
Right.
Like, how do you feel that builds your confidence? Because you said you were shy.
Oh, it definitely does.
I mean, because you seem confident when I see your posts, like Chris says. You know.
Well, some of the first stuff I did out of college and during college was telemarketing. I just did every telemarketing job. I mean, from water softeners, setting appointments. I did, you know, set appointments for financial planners. You know, I even did some like photo or portrait studios, set up appointments for that. And I heard some of the worst stuff that I could have ever heard. I don't think, aside from somebody physically assaulting me, I don't think I could. There's a lot of the stuff I don't think I could have heard anymore. I think people would have choked me out if they could have reached through the phone.
Right.
So that's why I did that.
Right.
You know, now I just have fun with it. I'm like, I don't know that there's that much more that somebody can say to me.
Right. That's experience. Now you've gained experience.
Yeah.
You know, and toughened your skin up, and you stepped out of your comfort zone. And that's what I was thinking earlier. You know, that's I think is what separates a lot of people, is being able to step outside of your comfort zone.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Ty, I specifically remember we were sitting in your truck on our way to our very first episode, how nervous you were. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we're in episode 47 now.
Yeah.
And there ain't no nerves
No.
involved in it whatsoever.
Not
I mean,
really.
even through this, you know, this almost an entire year now. You know what I mean? Just to watch just Ty in general evolve. You know what I mean? That's just one person.
Well, it's
So,
nice. Yeah, we just get right on.
It's what I'm getting at though is like he said that he was shy at one point in time, and I would have never guessed that.
Neither
you know
would
what
I.
mean? And like, I'm sure if someone will come on our show now and Ty would say, you know, this really made me nervous at one point in time. You know, he probably wouldn't guess that.
Yeah, nobody believed me in the beginning either when I said that. Now you knew I was,
Right.
but like, unless Jana was lying to me, but she was like one of my biggest encouragers. Like, honey, you do great.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, oh God, I still to this day I won't watch them.
Yeah.
I don't watch them because I think I sound like an idiot.
I think probably too. I don't like hearing my voice.
Yeah, so I won't do it.
Not good.
You know what I mean? But I tell you what really got me over that hump is we did dozens of shows during the home shows last year, and we were just popping off live. Like I was walking around the York Fairgrounds, the arena in there, and I was just got so used to it and comfortable with it. You know, we were building the gazebos. I don't know if you're familiar with us doing the gazebos last year, but we built gazebos for the Home and Garden show.
Yeah.
And then we came up with the bright idea of like what are we going to do with them after the show's over? And somebody said that let's raffle them off and donate the money. So that's what we did. We had an auction. I can't remember, was it a silent auction or something
Yeah, it
like
was
that?
a silent auction.
We had to do some kind of silent auction, and some land developer out in Gettysburg purchased both of them.
Yeah,
So-
we ended up raising like $12,000.
Yeah,
out of the deal
for these gazebos.
Yeah, for 3 different organizations.
Yeah.
So
You know, but that's what really, because we were doing 3 to 4 a day at these home shows. You know, and Shane was the first time that he did something like that, leaving his studio and stuff. So it was new for him and definitely new for us.
Yeah.
So then I was like, at that point in time, I was hooked. I'm like, what other home shows is there? So do you know what I mean? I'm like, Adams County, Gettysburg, let's do it. Harrisburg, let's do it.
Yeah.
I felt like
it's
it
like
was
a month and a half straight that we just did a home show like every week.
Yeah.
You guys
We're
got
just
to
going about
be
doing
missing that too. I mean,
Oh,
We are.
yeah, for
We
sure.
are.
I'm
We are.
counting down the days to February, man.
Yeah, because York is actually going to have their Home and Garden show as of right now. They're still doing it the 12th to the 14th. at York Fairgrounds. That should be a great time. I'm looking forward to it. We're gonna try to top our display that we have here. Again, we're gonna try to make it more mobile, so I'm looking forward to that. So I wanted to do a shout out to YBA, York Builders Association. There was something else that I wanted to give a shout out to. Oh, Jocelyn's birthday was Monday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Happy birthday, Jocelyn.
And then Denny's birthday is this Saturday. Denny will be 49 years old. I'm just kidding. I saw him today. He's actually the eldest of our company, which is pretty cool. I always say Denny's going to probably be the first to retire from TC Backer, but he'll probably be the third or fourth one, just because this man's work ethics is just top notch.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool to know that someone eventually at some point in time is going to retire from here. I wanted to do, there was something else I wanted to give someone a shout out to. Oh, Belmont Bean.
Yes,
Belmont
yes.
Bean Company
Yes.
is stepped up to the plate. They're hooking us up with coffee and cups and cream and sugar
Jason's
for the
awesome.
21 turkey
Go
salute.
get your coffee down there on Belmont Avenue in York.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right off of
Yeah,
Market.
that's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wanted to give them a shout out. Ray
Nice.
Rosilli with Outside, they stepped up. Jim Hankey at Bobcat York, they stepped up. Brandon Hershey hooked us up
Budget
with
Rentals of
Mag.
York, PA.
Yep, budget rentals of York, PA.
PA.
He hooked us up with 835
8 jibs of
pounds.
oil.
Yeah, 835 pounds jugs of deep fry oil. So that was pretty cool. Dave Worrell, am I saying his
Yeah,
name
Worrell.
right? He works for us. He hooked us up with 2 10-gallon containers of oil, and then Vic hooked us up with 2 3 6-gallons and some other stuff. I can't remember, but I was trying to jot some things down. Derek gave us a big bag of new and lightly used clothes. He's got a turkey. And I know there's other people. Oh, and Brandon wanted us to give a shout out to the people at McDonald's, which is Hope Hoover Armstead, which is mom, and then Ryan Armstead, the son. He wanted us to give them a shout out because they're the ones that made it possible for us to get the oil.
Yeah.
Again, the overwhelming amount of support that
And
we've
Superior
gotten.
Meats, they gave us
Yes,
the
Superior.
best price on
On the
fresh
turkeys.
Turkeys.
Yes.
Yes,
Like,
and then
ridiculous.
L'Aurora Flooring are the people. Mike Castilla works for a flooring company. I can't say the name of the company right. We got to get their logo
Their logo.
Yeah.
on here. But anyhow, they came up with the money for the turkeys. I mean, again,
And
the
URL
overwhelming
insurance.
support of
Yeah.
it.
URL Insurance and Superior went in on the cranberries.
Did they?
Fresh,
So you're not
homemade
making them.
cranberries. I got them done in Oxford.
Dude.
I know people.
Dude.
And you know what?
Dude.
You know what you taught me?
Dude,
As
don't
one of
be-
my
don't be
best
proud of
friends,
that.
he said support
don't-
support local business. So guess what? I
thought you were
took that.
rolling
Don't be proud of
I
that.
took that to heart.
Dude.
It said, why should one man take all the cranberries and work for himself when he can help a village make cranberries? And thanks to you, I learned that.
Yes.
There you
Called
go.
them and
Okay.
they
There
said,
you
where
go.
can we get them
All right.
local? And that's a company out of New Oxford. What's the name of the company that's making them fresh?
Okay, since you're not making the cranberries, okay, we got you a turkey outfit, dude. I'm telling you, tailor fit.
If it was a lion outfit or an eagle, I'd say yeah, but a turkey, man, I don't even feel right like
You said-
turkey. You know what I mean? Like there ain't a bone in my body that's like a turkey.
What's that little baby tiger? I don't remember, but make note of that. He'll wear a tiger suit.
Shane's not really a suit guy. I just I'm
Come up with a need for a tiger
claustrophobic.
Yeah,
outfit. We'll come up with
So you
something.
won't. I would love to do it. I
Whatever
just
the
can't see
next
it happen.
fundraiser has to do with it has to do with tigers next time.
Yeah.
Okay? Whether if it's like West York Bobcats or
Nah.
something or
I really
whatever.
couldn't wear any
Yeah.
suit
That's
except for
I think
Nike.
it's bulldogs, but
Nike with TC backer. That's really what you're gonna see here.
No turkey costume.
No turkey, no lion, no elephant, no eagle. Yeah, nah.
Oh man, that's fun.
But you know,
That's
it's
funny.
exciting. It's coming up. It's next week, right?
Yeah, man. Next Wednesday.
That seems like so quick. The city's super excited. Really
Good.
excited. Like they're super
Yeah.
excited for this. It's 3 to 6, right?
Yes,
On
3 to 6.
Wednesday the 25th.
Yeah.
So it's the day before Thanksgiving, 3 to 6. And it's right there at Penn and Market. It's actually going to be on Penn Street, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
Even though the church's address is on Market, it's really right across from. If you know Penn Market in the city, where the trucks park like this way, that's where it's going to be on that area.
And
right behind
also,
the
we
church.
can't forget, shout out to His Holiness, Pastor Joel,
Yes.
for providing the space for us to do this.
Yes, thanks.
That's
He
probably
said
one
yes.
of the most important things. We needed somewhere to do this.
Yeah.
So shout out.
And we
to
didn't
you.
have time for committees and stuff, and they said yes right away. Look at that.
Pastor Joel and Vic.
Damn.
I figured I'd put Vic in there since no one knows who Vic is. The man behind the scenes. That's Vic in incognito with his mask and social distancing at the Union Evangelic. How do you say that?
I think it's Union Lutheran Church.
Okay, we'll keep it simple.
Yeah.
Union
Lutheran, yeah.
Lutheran Church. Okay, but yeah, he stepped right up. We went to a
Yes.
couple other places. They were kind of like, we're not sure if we
We're
want
gonna
to do this or
figure it
not.
out.
Yeah, but Shane called Joel, and Joel was like, "Come on down, let's do this thing."
Yeah, how nice.
Yeah, man.
So if you can, they're doing an outreach for the homeless. Do you remember what they said? Was it the 22nd? The city's
22nd.
coming out up
Yeah, the
there.
22nd.
Someone from the
Yes,
city
Monday.
for a home. Yeah. So
Yeah.
if you know anyone, man, please let them know. You know, I met a lady today when I was running. She goes, I tell everyone, make sure you come. There better be a lot of people there because I've been telling everyone. And so anyway, she's not from around here. She's from Georgia, so she's gonna come. But I sent her up to Pastor Joel. How nice is it to know? Because he knows everyone. I know if I sent them there, they were open from 1 to 3. Isn't it 1 to 3? They're open. You can just knock on the side door right there, and they're more than happy
Yeah,
to help you.
we'll actually be set up right here. We'll be set up right here. We're to be serving food on this end here. We'll have tables and a tent. Parking will be back here. And they should also be parking over by the Penn Market there.
Yeah.
But that's,
Very nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and there should be parking on Market Street because it's the holiday. I don't see a lot of cars parked out there. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, and I assume Pastor Joel's pretty confident that he believes a lot of people are probably going to walk or take a bus or some kind of public transportation down there.
Yeah.
But if you are driving down, there will be places to park. We'll find you somewhere. We'll figure it out. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, it's super excited. I'm glad. Things were kind of getting stale there for a minute, and me and Chris had a conversation a month or two ago about like we need something. It's time. We need something. Last year we did the
Christmas Addicts thing.
in Lancaster. We put a new roof on for them.
That was awesome.
And gutters and stuff. They gave us an award. We went to some.
It was the Martin Luther King.
Yep, I can't remember it.
I can't remember what the event was called. It was held out in Lancaster, and it was on Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
I apologize to anyone
Me
out there
too.
watching. I can't
Well, it might have
remember
been
what the
on
name of the
MLK
event
Day. Was it on MLK Day?
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, they gave us an award for doing it, which was cool. Which isn't anything to
No.
do with why we did it,
No,
but
not at all.
it's awesome. It's humbling, man. It's really humbling,
Right?
To,
Yeah.
to go out and help people, and that was honestly what kind of triggered my humbleness out of the deal. Because when we're out there putting this roof on, it was the same day that they did the handouts for the food bank, and there was literally 1,000 people out there, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, for every one person that was out there collecting food for their family, there's probably anywhere from 3 to 10 people that are going to benefit off of that, just that one person.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the multiplication of all that, all the food that they were feeding out of that building, all the families that showed up there twice a week to get food.
Yeah.
It was very humbling experience for
Yeah,
sure.
it was an eye opener for sure because we were parked in the area where they would normally serve or hand out or however you want to pronounce that, where people would gather to collect the food. I had no idea that we were actually in that area, and they
Yeah.
didn't say anything to us, but they held it in a different location around the corner in a different parking lot adjacent to
Yeah.
the building. I wanted to call it a church.
Yeah,
but
and
it's
all
really-
day people were coming,
all
wondering.
day long. People were like, "Hey," they were wondering where it was. They're like, "Hey, what?" And we're like, "It's down over there." You know what I mean? To see
Yeah.
the overwhelming amount of people that were showing up, kids. You know, like whether their parents were disabled or whatever, their kids were coming down and collecting the food for their family to take home, and then elderly people and just the community. They were serving the community. It was apples and bananas and all kinds of stuff, and they were so generous to us. They wanted us to take stuff. Like, hey, if you guys need anything, we're like, no, man, like keep it, save it, do, for the community. We did our part. You know what I mean? We were giving back.
I mean, it's good just to see. It's good just to see the way people respond to things like that. And,
Right,
and
man.
the way, even when you guys were doing the donuts, I haven't seen that for a little while. When you did the
Yeah,
little
we're getting
donut
ready.
run.
We have some that we're getting ready to do donuts.
When you did the little
Yeah.
donut runs, and just even seeing people just respond to that, people are real appreciative of that sort of
Yeah.
thing.
Absolutely.
They certainly have a lot of
Absolutely.
respect for that.
Yeah.
And it was also really cool because our guys that we had working there, our in-house guys that we had working there, didn't even realize that we were doing a community event. They didn't realize that we were giving this roof away for free. And once they put the puzzle pieces together and figured it out,
That's awesome.
they wanted to donate their time for
Yeah.
the day. They didn't even want to get paid for
Yeah,
it.
we didn't even tell
You know what I mean?
anybody.
So
We
it's
didn't
like-
do this for notoriety. I got the phone call. I sent Chris up there. Chris went up, looked at this roof, and they wanted us to patch it. And Chris had me on FaceTime, and it's kind of getting me choked up a little bit. Chris had me on FaceTime, and he was like, "Dude, there's just not a Band-Aid big enough for this thing. What do you want us to do?" And I'm like, "We're gonna have to replace it. That's what we're gonna have to do." I was like, "You get down there and you tell them people that they're gonna get a new roof." He's like, "Really?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Dude, let's do this."
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
I
it was
heard him
awesome,
say, "Let's do this," I knew it was the right thing to do.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just on. You know what I mean? And again, it was we were dealing with a lot of weather too at that
Yeah.
time.
Yep.
It seems like always. You know what I mean? Never no good deed goes unpunished. You know what I'm saying? Nothing bad happened, but the scheduling of trying to squeeze them in, because I think they had some other projects that were going on that people were donating some other time and stuff. So we had to like schedule around their schedule, but we're on the outside. You know what I mean? Mother Nature kind of predicts our schedule sometimes. Sometimes we get a drought, and that's great. But then there's other repercussions of that. But Mother Nature dictates our scheduling. But we got it in. We did it good. The rain held off long enough. We gave them a whole new gutter system. There was some areas where like the foundation was getting damaged. We were trying to prevent icing on the sidewalks. Like we rerouted everything. Like went just over and beyond
Yeah.
and did it the way we would want it have done. We actually gave them a GAF lifetime warranty
Nice.
on this roof, so they shouldn't, in our lifetime, hopefully, have to worry about another roof for this building up there.
Good stuff.
Yeah, man, it was good stuff. It was. GAF didn't even know we were doing it. We just did. We didn't even know we were going to do it. Our guys didn't even know that we're up there working. Didn't even know we were doing this. We just let's
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah.
That's
And we
awesome.
did it.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man.
Yeah,
Just how passionate you sound about this stuff as you're talking about these
Yeah.
things. Too. That's more what it's about.
love it.
100%, man. 100%.
Yeah, love it. Can't get enough of it.
Yeah.
If
And
I'm
it-
not
it
careful,
rallies all the troops,
if
too,
I'm not
for
careful,
sure.
because
Yeah.
I would give it all away, like for real.
Yeah.
Like seriously, I would.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I get more joy no matter what's going on over the past 2 weeks. I said it to someone the other day. Like if this wasn't happening, you know what I mean? Like not that like doom and gloom Ty life. Poor Ty, poor Ty. He's got it so bad, but. It's this that gets me out of bed in the morning. Like
Right,
if anyone would ever ask me the question, what motivates me and what gets me out of bed, it's because of this.
Yes.
What has been so freely given to me, the community that has been so gracious to me and has given me second chances, second, third, and fourth and fifth chances
Yeah,
over my
amen.
lifetime.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A knucklehead like me to be able to give back. Who would have ever thought?
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Who would have ever thought? Look at this place. We're gonna lighten
Lighten it up.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Lighten
light
it
this thing
Boom.
up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. We're
Bring
gonna
it
have
on.
some drip over there.
Bring it on, man.
No doubt, man.
Next year
It's
we're
gonna
gonna
be
have
great,
like
man.
Led Zeppelin cover band or something,
Boom.
man. People are gonna
Yeah.
want to be a part of this thing.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You know what I mean?
Because it's about the human experience, man. It's not a homeless thing, it's a human thing.
Right, right.
And that's what I love about y'all. And you got to spend your life doing something. Why not do something worthwhile? Business is the opportunity to give to your community.
Right.
And that's what I love. Y'all are just so authentic and true. You don't have to worry. The circle, the loyalty, and we've developed these things where we don't have to go back on certain things, right? With all these episodes, even though like we're in Adams County, it feels like. We're out in Adams County, right?
Because it's
I saw
cold.
you go up and give the lady, church is selling little baked goods, 25 cents a dollar. You slide her 100, right? Like that was just nice, right? And you never want credit, but there is someone there that has to give you credit. That's where I come in,
Yeah.
and
Thank
other
you.
people around you, because it is important. Because other people need to know, man. You need to give with what you have. even if you volunteer, even if you share this out. You know, we've learned a lot, and I did want to say, I don't want to forget, who is the people that give? What was the name of the organization, do you remember, that gives? He said it's one of the, someone gives all the stuff all day. I forget what you call it. Remember?
I know
At
what
the
you're talking
church,
about.
he said these people give to people all day. They're in the basement of the church.
Yeah, they're over here.
And what do they
There's
call that? A
little
pantry?
stairwell.
A pantry or something?
Yeah,
was
the
that called?
pantry.
Is
We
that what it's
called it the
called?
Pantry.
Yeah, let's shout
Or
them out,
was it
man. That's
something-
amazing. They're there. That's
something-
what I
It had,
had
it had a
planned.
name before the pantry, and I don't remember
Yeah.
what it is. Pastor Joel,
If
if you're
anyone
watching
knows-
in
on
here,
here?
man, pop that on there.
Yeah.
Because that's when I saw Glenn. Glenn was going to the pantry.
Oh, yeah.
These people are here all day. Not all day. I don't know what times they're there. But they open up the back of this church and serve people all day. So this church isn't just
Well
open. And they have
Pantry.
service.
Was it the well?
The well pantry.
That might be what I call it. And
Because
they have
Janet-
service at 10:30 on Sundays at Union Lutheran Church. So their service is at 10:30 on Sunday.
Okay.
Awesome.
We got to figure that out too and shout them people out.
Yeah, for
Yeah, because that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's where I saw
Yeah,
Glenn.
man. I can't wait to see him.
You know, God
Yeah.
put all this together, man. He
Right.
took, so it's been amazing. It's good to see everything you do, man. You know,
Yes.
you got all those ribbon cuttings. You know, you got to be
People.
amped up for
Yeah.
that stuff.
I am. It's good. It's good people. It's always fun. You know, it's
Yeah.
always fun. And a lot of those things, some of those businesses have been established for a little bit, and they're just moving into the area from someplace else. Some of them are brand new,
Yeah.
and it's just it's good to encourage those people.
If somebody wants to have a ribbon cutting, how do they get a hold of you to do something like that? Is there a way? Can you tell them?
Well, we do it with the York County Economic Alliance.
And what if
And
someone's
so-
in Harrisburg or Lancaster? Do you go to those areas?
We primarily do them here in York.
Okay, so
With
in
the
York.
Economic Alliance, yeah.
Okay, so and is that the Chamber of Commerce? They call it the York Economic
That
Alliance
is.
for
That,
anyone who doesn't- No, I
yeah,
mean,
so,
just
so for
because-
anybody who doesn't know, yeah. It's basically the Chamber of Commerce here in York. They kind of joined forces there, so it's the York County Economic Alliance. And Local IQ is one of the sponsors of those ribbon cuttings. And so I try and go to as many of them as I can. I think it's great. I like to see the new businesses coming in town.
Yeah.
Give them a little bit of support and encouragement with what they're doing in any way that we can kind of help out, you know, with their efforts. That's all the better as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
well,
I got
too.
a quick question for you, David. If someone was, you know, you mentioned at the beginning of the show that, you know, you kind of help people establish their business, you know, through the marketing stuff. You know, if someone is opening a new business in there and they're trying to establish themselves in the community and you know, out to the public, you know, what do you think is one of the most important things to do, or what's the first step to really become a good established business in the community?
Well, you got to get out there and kind of like what you folks are doing. You got to get out there and just do some networking, get some word of mouth references going,
Yeah.
talk to the people. And one of the things that I try and do with those is I use the platforms that we have to try and get them in front of the people who are going to be their customers.
Right.
You know, but it's just a matter of just kind of guiding them in the right direction. And the things that I can't do, you know, I have a network of people that I entrust as well to kind of help out. So it's not just me and Local IQ, it's other folks as well that kind of can help them in other areas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if they need financial people, you know, or need to get in touch with, you know, banks and things like that to get up and going and get some loans, you know, I put them in touch with people
Oh,
that I
wow.
know there. So I kind of, you know, I kind of establish some relationships that way.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's really
Good
cool,
stuff.
man.
You
That's
almost
really good.
have to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you want to provide good services for your customer, and you may not have all the answers, but you know people that do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Right.
that's good stuff. You know, I was on the phone with Trone Billboards the other day, and I wanted to see if he had any places down in the southern end of York County. As if we don't, but call Apple. My friend, the owner, is Nate something he said, and I thought that was really cool of him. You know, because
Yeah.
I'm a loyal kind of guy. Like I wouldn't cheat on him. He's
Yeah.
my man. Trone's my. I don't know him, but I've used him. I'm loyal. Call that simple-minded, call it whatever, but that's just how I roll. Okay, but for him to give me the gentleman's phone number over at Apple, and he's like, no, he's got them all down through 83 down south and off 581 and
Yeah.
or 586, whatever the other road is down there going through Shrewsbury. He's like, he's got them down there. We use each other all the time. Like he didn't have what I needed, but he had no problem pointing me in the right direction.
Yeah.
You know, not quite the same thing, but it is the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, that's gonna keep me coming back to him. to try, outdoor advertising. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I haven't even called Nate because I really can't bring myself to do it. I'd rather buy a piece of land and throw my own sign up. Start throwing my own billboards up places. You know what I mean? But anyhow, yeah, it's good stuff. You got to, it would be tough for me to be able to do what he did, but in your case, it's a little different because you're not really losing anything from it. You're trying to just benefit your client.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's the way I always do these things too. I always view it's like relationship first to me. Like when I go to these networking events, I go to networking, and when I show up at these YCA events, it's always about, I'm not there to sell anything or really even talk much about that. I just try and establish some relationships, and I figure doing business with somebody is going to be a byproduct of those relationships. That's
Right.
kind of the way I view it. Yeah. You start conversing with people, you understand what people are about. I guess
Yeah.
kind of like what we're doing here.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think as a result of that
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
where the business relationship comes
Right.
from.
Yeah.
That's kind of the way that I view it.
For
Just
sure.
like even when we talk about some of the resources, I see that Daniel Barker is always here. He's always giving me a nice little shout out.
Yeah.
I appreciate that, Dan
Yeah,
Barker.
man.
And that's what I mean. I try and establish myself with people like that. Dan's a great guy.
Yeah.
And
That's another one that I don't know that he's missed a single one of our episodes, man.
Yeah.
He's another one that just a good dude, just a good guy in the
Absolutely.
community. He's part of that.
Yep.
That when I talk about the entrepreneurs and the business people and the people that are behind the scenes and that core group of people in York County, he's one of them people.
Yeah, we saw him at that mixer we went to
Yeah.
at Heritage. Remember with that Eric that
Yeah.
Integrity had. So it was good to see him there.
Yeah, for sure.
That was
For sure.
like one of the
I
last
go-
events.
Right.
when I go to those things, I always look forward to seeing him there. He's always
Yeah.
he's always a good guy. He's got a big boisterous personality as well,
Yes.
and always
Yeah.
laughing and
Yeah.
jovial guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I said, I appreciate that. Thanks, Dan, for a little shout out there.
And he's a good chef. He's always cooking something good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, you're not a cook, man.
Yeah.
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 It's kind of like you though,
he's a
too. I
little-
see you doing all the
Little
sauce
social
and all that
worker.
stuff. You
Yeah.
cook up some
Yeah.
good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, it seemed like where were we at? We went to that thing for Brewer.
Yeah, that's the thing that he was just talking about up
Oh.
at
Heritage.
Heritage.
Hill.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he was there.
for that. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that was a good
stuff.
time. That
Yeah,
was a
he's
good time for
dude.
sure. But yeah, so once again, guys, if you guys have not liked the page, if there's anyone new to the show here, welcome. Please like the page, share the show out. Even if there's nothing on here that necessarily benefits you, you never know who it could benefit that you share it with. You never know. It's very easy. Hit the bottom. It's in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen there. If you hit the bell on our page, it'll notify you when we go live. Remember, next Wednesday from 3 to 6, we got the 21 turkey salute. So if anyone out there is in need of a turkey, if they're not going to have a way to feed their family on Thanksgiving, whatever the case may be, reach out to us. We'll cook you up a turkey, send you home with some stuff
Yeah, man.
for the next day. And while you're down there, you might as well eat too.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we'll send you with a to-go box as well. So
Yeah.
I've been
if
inviting
anyone
first responders in New York when I see them. I
Yeah.
told the
Yeah.
sheriffs when I saw them, and I told the police commissioner of York, anyone that's working that time. The plate patrol for the York City School Police is right before that. They're giving out the turkey dinners. I didn't know it was the same day
Oh, I
to the
didn't know
kids
that.
around the school district.
Oh.
So the York City
See, I
School
thought that
Police
was-
are
okay.
driving
That's
around.
awesome.
So did I, because they told me because they want. I'm going to go there earlier than they want me to be there, and then
Awesome.
I'm going to come up to our event. But look, real quick, if you didn't think it was triple pane window time, you did lately, right? You didn't think it was window month. It's
Yeah.
been window week, right? Like,
Yeah,
let's
man.
talk about that.
Yeah.
You know, like, get stacked up now. Get your financing. Like, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you want contractors that you can count on. You know how many, I remember when I first met you, I'm like, bro, listen, I hate to have anyone come to my house. I know we need this done, we need that done. But we started getting stuff done because of you guys,
Yeah.
right? We got our doors done. Thank you, the gutters,
Yep.
the gutter guard. I didn't have to get up there, right? The leaves found somewhere else. They found the yard to go to.
Yeah.
But seriously, at the end of the day, your home's your biggest investment, and not only that, if you did not see real estate, it has increased like we've talked about. You know, you see me with my running, I want to put Gore-Tex on. Why? I want to protect my core. Your home is your core with the people that you work hard for. You make that mortgage payment, you make the tax payment, you make the gas, the electric, the cable, the vacuum cleaner, the carpet. You put all this junk and good stuff in there, TVs and everything. You got to protect that, man.
Yeah.
Like with a good roof, they'll repair it. And look, especially now, get your stuff lined up so that you don't feel rushed and you don't get impatient. They can fix you until they get you all taken care of. They'll get you the whole stage, but just call them. You know, I tell people when they call our company, if it's an emergency, call 911. I don't joke around. Otherwise, we will help you through the process.
Yeah.
You know, and that's what you do. You calm people down. But seriously, you know what your windows are like. Our door feels good. We had that piece of wood. You know, there's a lot of replacement windows that just didn't fit the bill. You know, the glass was too heavy. The moisture, you think that's going to freeze? What is that going to look like?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You might need to see out of your window. What if you have a window at the front of your house? Like I grew up doing windows. I told you, Appleby, telemarketing, that's what I did. 4 rings hang up. I mean, it was different back then, you know, but at the end of the day, it was safe, easy cleaning, tilted windows. Do you know how many people, air circulation, what did they just say about Thanksgiving? Open your windows. You know how many people can't safely open the windows? They put a wood under it.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the day, we're here, we entertain, we have fun. But at the end of the day, your home, your roof, your window, your siding. You just looked at a siding job where the wind just ripped it apart.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
you know that I know. I mean, you
Yeah.
do a ton,
Yeah.
right? So now's the time. Get that before you get the freeze, right? Get your gutters done. Maybe you need one side done. You don't want that water running down your siding and freezing and breaking everything apart, man. Water expands. So I know we're past an hour, and I got dinner in the oven. I do. I got stuffed chicken breast down there, and we're gonna have rice on the cook, cast iron. But anyway, TC Backer, just an awesome culture, man. You know I remember one of the first shows, and Ty's like, "Look, man, don't get stressed that we start at 7. We'll start around 7." And it's true, man. We come on here, we're bringing real stuff. There's nothing to prepare because we work all day.
Yeah.
So we're just bringing it to you. We're business people, we're community people, and we're human cheerleaders.
Yeah.
So you can find resources from one of the people that come on. If you want to come on this virtual home show, look, now more than ever, we want to help you grow. It's better if your neighbors have full pockets, you know, full of whatever they want. And this is an opportunity to fill your pockets a little more because people will get to know you. So message Chris Baker.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll say, I definitely like your guys' tagline, that one call for the fall, and you know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's about that time now. Everybody's trying to
Yeah.
winterize their homes, whether it's the gutters, the roof, windows. I mean, it's obviously the business to be in, you know. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
And we love it. We love what we do.
For sure.
I hope
man.
it's obvious to people.
Oh, that's definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, to know that you guys have fun like this, but you guys are out there working hard during the day, you know, to make people's,
Yeah.
do some good quality work on people's homes. That's good stuff.
Yeah,
sure,
for
sure.
sure.
For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
So one last note before we go here. We are looking for experienced people, not work related, but that have dipped turkeys into hot oil. I would prefer. I mean, we are going to do a crash course Monday afternoon out here. We may have enough people within the company that feel comfortable enough to do it, but anyone who has experience, and anyone that wants to be involved with it, that wants to help serve food,
Yeah.
keep the tables clean, pick up trash, empty the trash bags, you know, whatever, just come down,
Yeah.
we'll find you something to do, you know, or just hang out and eat.
Yeah, worst case scenario, we got enough people that volunteer, and you know, you can just come hang out, you know,
Yeah.
or maybe shift people in and out, so
Yep.
someone doesn't have to do the same thing the whole
Yep.
time.
We'll be
You know,
going
there'll-
live.
There'll
Yeah.
be plenty of stuff for people
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah,
For sure.
we'll be going live. I'm thinking that'll be Wednesday night, so I'm thinking obviously we're gonna go live with the turkey. You know, we're gonna drop the turkeys around 1:30ish. Come down, check that out. Watch it live or watch it live on your device. 3 o'clock we're gonna be serving the food till we say 6, but if there's people there and we have plenty of food. We'll keep it going a little bit longer. We're definitely gonna need help tearing down. That always seems to be the time where everyone kind of goes MIA.
Nemesis. Yeah, right.
So, you know, if you get there late and you want to hang out and help us tear down, I mean, just come on down.
Is JD helping or
yeah, they're gonna go and get the tables and chairs from Harvey's. So
Harvey's,
they're,
right.
yep, they're gonna help. We're taking the steamer down. We are taking our big box truck down with most of the supplies in it. We're gonna take our equipter down there so people can kind of get a look at what an equipter is. It's a dump trailer that's on hydraulics. So we're gonna have a big billboard sign on that with the 21 Turkey Salute this way, because we are kind of tucked in a little bit off of West Market Street there. It's gonna be a great time.
for sure.
I wish there would have been, I don't wanna say I wish there would have been more time to prepare for it. Only because I could see in a year or two, a jump house and what's that thing you blow up and the kids get in it and jump around in it? With
Yeah, it's a bounce house.
bounce
Yeah.
house,
Yes.
yeah. You know, what I mean, I don't know, whatever. We could get as
Maybe
creative.
we can talk Bob into getting into the dunk
Dunk
tank,
tank.
again.
Yeah,
As a turkey.
Yeah, Bob.
as the turkey.
Dressed as a turkey.
Right, right.
Dude.
So, but
Yeah,
yeah,
because you
man.
gotta fill out a turkey. Like a turkey needs some filling in it. You know what I mean? You don't see a little
we can
turkey.
fill it with
You see a turkey. It's got some,
stuffing in it.
substance.
We can find something. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, Glenn or Drew called me. His buddy that works over at the Vikings Club is donating the stuffing.
Oh, nice.
He's gonna make it and give it to us.
I saw
Wednesday.
Drew on the way down
That's
here.
awesome.
Called me tonight. We have stuffing, but again, I thought to myself, if we start running low, we'll have some to make real quick. So we'll have more than enough. He said he's gonna give us enough for 225 people.
Nice.
So, and I forgot, like again, like I was saying earlier, the overwhelming amount of generosity
Yeah.
has been freaking awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah, that's
mean?
awesome.
It's just been great.
Shout out to everyone out there.
Yes.
Thanks everyone for tuning in. This is a great show, another great episode. We'll catch everyone next Wednesday live from the 21 Turkey Salute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's gonna be awesome. I'll join you guys
Awesome.
there. And thanks
Yeah.
for letting me
Cool.
come on
Yeah,
here and
awesome.
talk.
Thank
to
you
guys.
very
This
much
is awesome.
for coming on, man, for sure.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you everyone for tuning in. We'll catch you all next week, episode
sir.
48.
Yeah, 48.
Great job.
Nice.